One of your officers approaches you in confidence and informs you another officer under your command has been late in backing up other officers on calls. He stays off on calls for excessive periods of time and seems to have bloodshot eyes and a slurred voice at times when he reports to work. How would you handle the situation?
This incident involves a serious incident regarding drug abuse and substance abuse policy violations. So I would thank the officers first for informing me of the incident. I would then immediately talk and speak with that officer in person to determine whether he was in violation of substance abuse policy, and if he was, I'd immediately remove him from duty, remove his firearm from him, place him in a environment that's secure, not within the public, and also I would then determine where I remove that officer, whether that need to be immediately filled or not. I would then determine if the officer needed immediate EAP assistance. I would notify the lieutenant, determine whether he wanted me to conduct this investigation or have another department such as an internal affairs to conduct the investigation. If I conduct an investigation, I would conduct, I would do an SIR, including an interview of the officer, in which I would call in for union stewards during the interview of the officer. I would look up on the CAD system of whether his responses to the scenes and backing up officers and his clearance of his calls were being delayed on the CAD. I would take other officer statements, whether he was intoxicated and whether he was in violation of those policies. In my SIR, I would conclude, I would also include his prior discipline, his prior history in the SIR, and my recommendations to the advocate. After the advocate concludes, I would then determine the discipline for the officer, and also, after the discipline concluded, ensure that he's in compliance when he returns to work, of not repeating the incident. I would also conduct roll call trainings and notify other subordinates of the policy and procedures of responding timely to calls for service and backing up other officers, and also of the drug abuse policy and substance abuse policy. I would also reach out to EAP and see if they can conduct roll call trainings to see if other officers were involved in drug abuse or substance abuse issues. I would also, at the conclusion of the investigation, submit a limited distribution unusual to the chain of command to notify him of the incident. And that concludes my answer.
Thank you, candidate.